Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Let's talk about PayPal, okay? And did you get the right PayPal credit? All right, because a lot of people do not know the difference. All right, so you have the PayPal credit, which is the line of credit, then you have the PayPal credit card. All right, and depending on what information you put on the application, you may have ended up with the PayPal credit. All right. And so here's the thing about it with PayPal. Like I said, they offer the PayPal credit and they offer the PayPal credit card. When you have a lower credit score, less than 600, you're more likely are going to end up with the PayPal credit. Okay. Because you have something on your credit file that's telling them that, hey, this person's credit is not that good. Let's not take that many chances with them, right? Now, with the PayPal credit, they do go up to $1,500, all right? Now, another thing about the PayPal credit is whenever you purchase something, they give you up to 6 months, okay, to pay it off with no interest, which is great. However, if you applied for the PayPal credit hoping to get a $10,000 line, then if you would have had a stronger credit score, not only a stronger credit score, it's also going to go off of your income. All right. In reference to the income, when you're trying to get like a $10,000 credit card from PayPal and stuff like that, plus I'll share with you other ways to get up to that $10,000. All right. If you need $10,000, there's other ways for you to do that. But going back to the PayPal, the thing about it is your income, okay? So with most people, if they're putting on the application, their income is less than $45,000, okay? Then you're going to get a lesser amount on the PayPal MasterCard, okay? Not only is that the only thing that that's a part of it, also the age of the credit file, okay? So your age of your credit file also matters, all right? So if you have a credit file less than 2 years old, this is something that they also take into consideration as well, all right? Now, with PayPal, since they go through Synchrony Bank or whatever, in terms of like authorized users, yeah, you could add them on to help increase the credit file. But one of the things the authorized users will also do, it also would reduce your debt to income ratio as well. So it will help. All right. Now, that being said, in terms of PayPal using a TransUnion, so they're going to look at your TransUnion credit file. All right. So if you have any type of blemishes on your TransUnion credit file and stuff like that, this is why you may end up with PayPal credit instead of a PayPal credit card. All right. Now, how do you get around that? Well, the thing about it is I would tell you is to pull your real credit report, see what's going on your TransUnion credit file. And one of the things that you can do before you actually apply for the PayPal accounts, whether it's the PayPal credit card, what you can do, since Credit Karma, they give you access to your credit file. What I would do, I would go over to Credit Karma and I would dispute any type of negative items on my credit file. All right. Now, usually within 48 to 72 hours, they're able to remove those negative items. All right. And so once they remove those negative items within that 48 to 72 hours, then I would go back in and I would apply for a PayPal credit card. Okay. Because with removing those negative items, your score should increase. Now, this is not your FICO score. This is going to be your Vantage score that's going to increase, and your as well as your FICO 9 score. Okay. However, your FICO 8 score will not increase. All right. And so sometimes even there's going to be a delay on the FICO 9, but your Vantage scores is definitely going to increase. It should increase, all right, by you challenging those negative items, all right? Now, that being said, in terms of, let's just say that PayPal only gave you a $2,500 credit card. So you need 10 G's. Then what I would do, I would still take advantage of my TransUnion credit score. Okay. And so if you never had a Mission Lane card, I would use that same data and I would go with Mission Lane, because Mission Lane would probably give you $2,000 to $3,000. All right. Then I would look at Capital One Spark Classic business card. Okay. And the reason is the Capital One Spark Classic business card, all you need is a 580 credit score. Okay. And so being able to get approved for that, you're usually going to start you out about $3,000 or more. Okay. Even if you've had a Capital One credit card in the past that was charged off, you still may qualify for the Capital One Spark Classic card. So that's the reason why I would actually utilize that. Then I would also use it for the Credit One. Okay. So depends on the region. Credit One is either going to pull TransUnion or they're going to pull Experian. All right. And so usually you have a higher chances of them pulling your TransUnion. And so your average, usually they may start you out with 1,000, between 1,000 and 3,000. Okay. Then what I would do, I would look at my fintech company. Okay. And so my top fintech company would be Patel. Okay. Patel One. And the reason is with the Patel One, they go anywhere from $300 up to $5,000. Okay. Now, if you have real bad credit, then they will offer you the Patel Rise card. Okay. And so with the Patel Rise card, what they'll do, they charge you an annual fee for that one. However, that credit card goes up to $3,500 as well. All right. So I'm just trying to show you how I would play it if I needed $10,000 or access to $10,000. And I'm going to show you how you can actually liquidate this in a minute as well. Now, there's one other thing that I would do if I needed $10,000. My next thing that I would choose to do is look at these tribal lender platforms, okay, and some of these direct tribal lenders, right? Yes, the interest rates is definitely going to be much higher. However, the thing about it is less red tape. So I'm talking about, like, if you go into Viva Payday Loans that offers $5,000 and the interest rates is 5.99 up to 35.99, you may be looking at Big Buck Loans. All right, their interest rates is 5.99 up to 35.99. They offer $5,000. Okay, then some of your direct tribal lenders that are flexible would be like Explore Credit. Explore Credit, they only offer up to $2,000. However, they don't have to go through all that red tape. All right, another direct lender that you may want to look at for is on the tribal loans would be Rise Credit. They go up to $5,000. Then you also would have Uprover that goes up to $5,000 as well. Now, there is one other thing. If you are working a job, then I would definitely file my W-4 to file exempt for 3 to 4 months. And that's going to give you an interest-free loan as well. That's going to give you an income boost. Okay, so they'll stop taking taxes out of your check, your federal income taxes out of your check. So you'll be able to bring home more money. All right. So if PayPal, you're trying to get $10,000 and PayPal don't give you that $10,000, now you have a backdoor way to actually get up to that $10,000 you need. So you may be needing that to buy a car or to start a business. Now, I did promise you how to liquidate it. Well, you can sign up with either Melio or Plastic. All right. And like some of your associates or people that have existing businesses and stuff like that, they may invoice you. And then what you can do is they may need help in their business. So you would loan the money to them and then they would just pay you back in cash once they've taking care of their debts and stuff like that. So that's a way to liquidate it. That's through melioandplastic.com. All right. So I hope this video helped you. If you have any questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off the credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.